We're back on the Chamber Morning Show here at Greenback and Hazel, Orangevale Chamber of Commerce. It's this show is going viral. That's what we've heard. So people are watching this all over the world, and it is a big, big deal. Not really, but hey, we love highlighting local businesses. We love telling their story, and obviously keeping you up to date with what's happening in Orangevale. And so this week we have Mixer Week. Last night we were over at Almond Heights Senior Living with the Citrus Heights Chamber. We had a great turnout. And great food. As always, Almond Heights has great food. When I get to be that age, that's where I'm going to end up. And this is my wife, by the way. This is Megan. She's my favorite guest we've had on the show so far. We're going to talk today a little bit about Heirloom Acres Farm. She's going to give us all the insights about what's going on there. But I mentioned Mixer Week, so we got last night, Monday, and then, of course, Thursday this week, 5:30. We're going to all be out at the Orangevale Farmers Market. It's going to be 92 degrees. It's going to be great. Come on out. Megan knows I'm quite the weather guy. I do talk about the weather every week because my mood is determined based upon the heat. She'll vouch for that. So 92. We're going to have a great time Thursday. Come on out 5:30, and we're going to be walking on the Farmers Market together. That's the only announcement I have today. So not a lot going on, actually. We unfortunately had to cancel the Orangevale Summer Nights last week just because it was so hot. That was kind of the consensus. But first Friday of August, of course, Food Truck Fridays. And then the next Friday will be the Orangevale Summer Nights again in August. So hopefully you're enjoying the summer. Hey, we've got some stuff to give away from Palmer Real Estate. We love those guys, and they have a gift certificate to United Barbering. So if you make a comment in the notes down below, we will go ahead and give you you can stop by the Palmers and grab your free haircut. And of course, we have a gift card for a free house.
No.
Free house gift card here. It says compliments of Palmer Real Estate to redeem for a free coffee. Different, but that works. So free coffee from Bad Fish Coffee. Anyway, make a comment in there and let us know you're watching the show. So yes, I have my beautiful wife, Megan, today. And yes, she is the favorite guest ever on the show. So welcome to the Chamber Morning Show. So, okay, let's talk about, Heirloom Acres Farm is our farm.
It's our farm.
So, what's Heirloom Acres Farm? Tell us about it.
We are a 10-acre farm in the heart of Orangevale. We specialize in cut flowers in the summer, pumpkins that we grow in the fall, and then we source Christmas trees and have our barn market open in the holiday season.
Yep, so last year we did Christmas trees for the first time. This is our fourth flower season. And, our first couple of years, we took the flowers out to the farmer's market. And then we realized how much more fun it is for people to come out to the farm and pick their own.
To create more of an experience. Also, the flowers didn't do well sitting in, like Brad, they don't do well sitting in 100-degree heat for a long period of time.
True.
So it's better, when you harvest flowers to get them put in water and then take it into a nice cool house.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of more what we focus on now.
So here's a quick picture. If you're not familiar, if you haven't seen the farm, that's our new barn that we built about a year ago. Obviously, very, very beautiful setting there with all the flowers. And we have people come out every week now. You can see me back behind the picture. Hey. So you can see that's a typical bucket of flowers that someone leaves the farm with. So what does it cost for a bucket?
It's $30 for a bucket. And we like to tell everyone who comes out not to be shy, that we have more flowers than could be harvested. So you can make your bucket as big as you possibly can. Usually I hear people getting 10, 12 bouquets out of a single bucket.
Yeah. I think it's cool. A lot of people will actually harvest, they'll go pick a huge bucket of flowers and then they'll make 5 or 10 different small arrangements and they'll take them to their neighbors or friends and just kind of share the beauty with people around them. So that's part of our purpose for the farm, is really to create the community, but also create smiles.
Yes.
It's all about creating smiles. All right. So what else should we talk about? So we got the farm, and then so what do we have coming up? Like, what are the next events?
We have more U-Picks coming up on the 18th, 19th, and 23rd, I believe. All of ours are ticketed events. We're not open to the public just with set regular hours. We also have an Airbnb, and so we often have guests at that. And so we like to do everything ticketed just so we can make sure that we have parking available for everybody and that we don't have crowds and crowds of people at once. So it's a nice experience for people to come out. They feel like they have their own space to enjoy with their friends and family. It's all online on our website, heirloomacres.farm. Heirloomacres.farm under the events tab. And right now we have those 3 upcoming ones listed. A lot of people have asked if that's all we're doing for the season. But we only like to list a few at a time just so we can keep our eye on the fields and how the flowers are looking. So we plan on going through September. Last year, our flower season actually overlapped with our pumpkin season into October.
Yeah.
So we will have many, many more U picks throughout the season, but we just kind of release them 3 or 4 dates at a time.
Yeah. So yeah, like Megan said, we go from flowers in the summer to pumpkins, and so we're growing all these great different varieties of pumpkins. Not your typical orange ones. We of course have the little orange ones for the kids, but we've got the Jarndale ones, the fairy tale pumpkins, kind of all the warty knobby, kind of funky looking pumpkins.
The specialty pumpkins.
Heirloom variety. Yeah, that's how I describe it. The warty ugly ones. She says they're specialty. So anyway, but yeah, so that's in the fall. And then looking forward this year, we're really hoping that we can find some Christmas trees. Christmas trees this year are actually really hard to find.
They are. Last year, I think we got lucky. We were able to find some really beautiful ones. We're still working with the farm. If you purchased from us last year and you loved your tree, we're still working with that same farm as well. We were hoping to bring in different varieties. We did Noble firs and Douglas firs last year. We were hoping to bring in Nordaman,
Grand Fir.
But as we've heard from a few of the farms up in Oregon where we source our trees, that this recent heat wave has kind of damaged some of their some of their product, some of their trees. So we actually might take a trip up to Oregon and kind of scope it out and see what there is up there. But we're really hoping to do trees again. At the very least, we will do wreaths, and then this year we're actually hoping to have Santa at the barn as well.
Hey, Santa at the barn. That sounds like fun. So
yeah, Brad's gonna
I'll paint a little more gray in here. A couple more years on the farm, will probably be all gray. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Is there anything else we should tell them about heirloom makers? What else should they know? Flowers.
Oh,
pumpkins.
we have heirloom cows. That's why, or not heirloom cows. We have
Highland
cows. Yep. Thank you. That a lot of people ask if they get, because we do have a lot of barn animals, and people ask if they get to see that as part of coming out to the farm. Yeah. And while most of our animals are in our barnyard, our goats are often up on the hill, which is right by the flower field. Our goats and our llama, Sophie. And then we have our miniature Highland cows. And those are right there, right next to the flowers. And you can interact with them. They're quite friendly. We have ducks that are nearby. We should have a bunch of baby ducks hatching very soon, too.
A week or two.
So you kind of get the whole farm experience when you come out to the flower field.
And really, like our big purpose for our farm there is, to help kind of preserve Orangevale's rural roots. I mean, we talk about that a lot. Orangevale has a rich history in ag, and we love creating these experiences that allow people to really experience what it feels like to be kind of in a rural setting, but still like very close to Target and restaurants. Like that's one of the beautiful things about Orangevale is, we can have a little bit of extra space and we get to enjoy these beautiful properties, but we're close to all the city amenities. So we would love to see more people kind of take the plunge and kind of jump into the deep end with farming. I know the new White Dog Farms, they're on Walnut. They're our neighbor, a new farm, super fun. They've got heirloom tomatoes and herbs and great vegetables. I mean,
honey,
really amazing.
Good honey.
Yeah, we have their honey in our barn this year. So White Dog Farms has stood up. I know Common Kettle Farm has been around now for probably longer than most. They have, of course, blackberries and jams and jellies and their fresh eggs. And then you guys all know about the Orangevale Fruit Company. They're on Filbert, the old Tomage Orchard. And then we got the Food Bank Farm there on Main. Casa Roble is really stepping up their game with their FFA program. The Grange has their new community garden. I've got a kid over there who's actually growing a giant pumpkin this year, which is kind of a fun story if you haven't heard about that. So anyway, there's a lot of really cool kind of ag-oriented things happening in Orangevale. And really it's our heart to kind of help perpetuate that forward. So we'd love for people to come alongside what we're doing in Orangevale and just really help kind of make that all happen. So anyway, come on out to enjoy a U-Pick. We've got, like Megan said, several coming up next week. You can go to www.heirloommakers.farm, not .com. It's actually a .farm domain, which I think is pretty cool. So check that out, and we will look forward to